This nice Swedish man just let me try some free little candied nuts, and they were really good. And I
The
saw
Swedish man let you try his candied nuts? Gross. We made it into Sweden yesterday afternoon, and it got dark at like 3 because that's what it does around here. Just worked most of the day, so nothing too exciting. I think we're gonna see some stuff today, but again, we're working, so not gonna be anything too crazy. We're in a very tight space, but it is a little bit bigger than the space capsule, so at least we got that going for us. But we definitely got spoiled with that nice big Berlin apartment, but I'd take this view over the Berlin apartment any day.
One of Matt's dreams is to live on a boat someday, so when I saw the opportunity to stay on one in Stockholm, I couldn't resist. Plus, it was in the most central area and cheaper than a lot of other hotels. If you have a trip coming up, you can use our affiliate link in the description of this video to reserve your stay through booking.com.
Oh.
Get out of my face.
Shelby doesn't want to kill
No, I want it to be killed.
little spider, and so she's trying to make me do it, and I don't want to do it either. Fine, I'll kill this one for you. But this is the last one, lady.
What? The rest of my life?
Yes.
That's not fair.
Well,
If anything, this is good practice.
life isn't fair.
For the rest of your life.
We're all bundled up and we are ready for adventure. Time to go get some Swedish breakfast.
Whenever you say that now, I just hear Trisha saying, "Ready for adventure." From the Galway video.
I don't remember that part.
Oh, I'll show you.
Are you ready for adventure?
Ready for adventure.
Ooh, it looks like chili water.
What'd you say?
Said it looks like chili water.
He said, "You look like Chandler." I was like, "Is that an insult?"
That's the lowest insult you've ever said.
You could ever say to me. This dummy forgot his phone again. Little stinker. I only say that because he's been calling me that all morning.
So happy. Okay, give us a bite.
But I want to take a picture of it first.
So on a scale of 1
This
to...
might be my favorite pastry ever.
Is that good?
Maybe it's so good.
Well, we finished up our yummy breakfast and are headed into the old part of the town where the main center is.
I think so.
Yeah?
Trying.
Shelby has taken on a new look from the crown. She's inspired by the queen and her little shawl covering.
It's true. It also happens to keep my ears warm, which is an added bonus.
It's a win-win. These little streets are so cute.
Oh, they're so cute.
Shelby's in love.
These are my favorite Christmas markets so far, I think.
We haven't even seen anything yet.
Be quiet. Now we are at the Gamla stand Christmas market, and it is so cute. It's little, it's smaller than the other ones we've been to, but it feels so like authentic and traditional. And this nice Swedish man just let me try some free little candied nuts, and they were really good. And I saw
Swedish man let you try his candied nuts? Gross. I've lost Shelby again to the perks of the Christmas market. Oh man, that's scary. So apparently glögg, I'm probably mispronouncing that. It's basically the same as Glühwein in Vienna and Germany, but it sounds like the national drink at the Christmas market.
Just like Christmas,
you know?
yeah.
All units from the Swedish Armed Forces to become honorary guards and protect the royal family at the Stockholm and Royal Palaces.
We're at the Royal Palace, and I didn't plan this. We literally just like strolled up, and now there's like a changing of the guards ceremony, but it's not like anything we've seen before. And one of the guards came out and like read a whole script welcoming everyone, and now they're just standing around, and I don't know what they're waiting for, but it looks like they're coming. I think there's gonna be music.
Mitt upp! Lystring! Stöd! Skildra! Gevär!
Well, that was very interesting. We got to see the changing of the guards.
Totally unplanned too.
Very unplanned. I mean, a lot of this trip, let's face it, has been unplanned. We got tickets. It was 320 SEK, and that's like roughly 32 bucks. And now we're gonna go check out the treasury, and that gives you access to the whole palace, I think, or at least
you get to go
what
to
you can see of it. So
the royal
that's cool.
apartments, the treasury, and the palace museum.
So we're gonna go check out the treasury now.
In the palace, you can see medals and uniforms belonging to members of the royal orders, such as the Order of the Seraphim. You can also enter the Hall of State, which features the silver throne.
Currently enjoying this beautiful palace in Sweden. Shelby just said this hilarious thing where she's like, next time someone asks me what my favorite things to do are, you're gonna say
my
what?
pastimes, my hobbies. I enjoy walking through palaces in my spare time. I've done it a lot.
Also, this palace is pretty crazy. Just look at the ceiling.
You can walk through the apartments of the royal family, as well as the guest apartments, where leaders of other nations will often stay when they come for state visits.
Crazy that these rooms are still used for like diplomats and stuff to stay in, and you can just walk around in them. They've been used for diplomats for like hundreds of years. Well, we just finished up through all of the museums, I think, in the Royal Palace.
All the exhibits.
Yes, so cool. Now it's sprinkling a little bit, so we don't want to stay out too long. We'll see where the afternoon takes us. If you want to get your American fix, Ben and
They have
Jerry's.
so many types of food here, and I just want Swedish food.
No, I think we need to go to TGI Fridays tonight. This day has just been unexpectedly wonderful.
You didn't expect it to be one?
I mean, I didn't expect it to be bad. I didn't think we were going to do as much stuff as we did. And it feels great to get out and see such a beautiful place. It's captured our hearts. We like Sweden. Hello and welcome to our second full day within the beautiful land of Sweden. We are currently forging our way through a very chilly morning.
Chilly this morning. Ooh. Whoa.
Chilly. But we're heading to our new favorite bakery to get some Fika.
Shout out to Carly for letting me know what Fika was, because I kept reading it online like, get Fika, oh this place is great for Fika. I'm like, what is Fika? And when I translated it, it just said coffee, but I was like, I don't think that's what it means. And so she told me that it means a little break in the day from work to go get coffee and pastries with your friends or family. I just think that's so sweet, and now I want to implement that at home. I feel like it's kind of the equivalent of like, let's get coffee, except that it usually also includes like cake or danishes, and it's usually like in the middle of the day or like whenever you want to take a break. So technically this isn't really Fika, we're just getting breakfast, but maybe we'll get Fika later.
We're on our way to take a ferry and see this beautiful city from the water.
They have Christmas trees literally everywhere here, and I'm so happy. Like any little corner, any little shop, there's always a Christmas tree outside.
We made it to the ferry and we're gonna hop on.
Seemingly we didn't have to buy tickets because
Well, yeah, but
the gates were all just open, and the man said like, oh, just walk through.
most of the time I'm sure you do have to buy tickets.
But it looks like you could just use Apple Pay, so that's nice. Like you really don't have to do it online or anything. It turned out that you had to pay at the front of the line before boarding, but it was still super easy with Apple Pay.
We are right there, and this whole map
Oh, the whole green
is
part.
the Royal National City Park. Grunelund. So apparently the island that we are on currently used to be the deer hunting grounds for the king and his noblemen. But then it opened up to the public, I think in the, would the 1800s be the 19th century?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm probably messing something up.
No, you said it right. Unless the information is fraud.
That's true. Could be fraud. Okay, that's a little creepy. Little faceless, hooded boy.
That's his mom.
He's so cute, he lost his mom. A sentence you'll only hear Shelby say. We are currently walking over to the museum. Thanks for interrupting me, Shelby.
Anytime.
And we're going to see a big vessel that they pulled out of the water and fixed up.
Apparently it's the only like restored ship from that's that old, the 1600s, that drowned. And then they rediscovered it in the 17th.
The boat drowned?
1700s.
Sunk?
Yes.
One of those drowning boats.
It sunk, and then they rediscovered it, and then they were able to excavate it.
You're a funny girl. You're a funny girl.
The Vasa ship was ordered to be built in 1625, and it was expected to be one of the most powerful warships in the world at the time. However, soon before the ship was launched into sea, the main supervisor became afraid that the ship wasn't balanced and might sink. Still, the king pressured the captain to sail it out right away. The ship set out on its maiden voyage, but it didn't even make it out of sight from the shore before a gust of wind threw it off balance and sunk it to the seafloor, leaving thousands of Stockholm residents to witness the tragedy. It wasn't until 1956 that people started wondering if Vasa could be salvaged. Divers spent 3 years digging tunnels that would allow them to pass cables under the boat and eventually lift it up to the surface. After 333 years, Vasa was back above water. And since the Stockholm water is cold and low oxygen, most of the materials were still pretty much intact. The Vasa Museum holds not only the boat, but also several levels of exhibits that depict what maritime work would have looked like in the 17th century. And in 2015, it was actually named one of TripAdvisor's top 10 museums in the world.
We just finished up at the Vasa Museum. That was extraordinary. I love boats. I love sailing, vessels, and all that jazz. Just so cool.
So impressive. I didn't realize, I think I read it wrong online. I didn't realize that, for one thing, it sank on its maiden voyage, which is so sad. I don't know, I thought it was this like ship that had been around for a while back then, but it hadn't. And then also it wasn't discovered until like the mid to late 1900s. So
crazy.
That's just crazy how long it was sitting down there, like not rotting.
In such good
still in such good condition.
Yeah. We've stumbled upon a cemetery.
Beautiful.
Nice. Shelby and I were discussing the idea of having kind of, I don't know how to say it other than like hieroglyphics or like pictures of your life on your murals, on your tombstone. And I don't know if I've done like a ton in my life yet. Definitely like have some version of commemorating this trip, maybe like Mary and Shelby. But I'm curious to see what you guys would say if you had to like put up little pictures of your life on like your tombstone or something. I think that would be an interesting question. So let us know in the comments. We've made it to the Nordic Museum. We're gonna check it out, see if it's worth spending money on to go in. No Nordic Museum for us today. Trying to save our crowns.
We considered going to Skansen, the open air museum.
But it's like 22.
It's like $22 a person, and I heard online like it wasn't worth it, especially right now in winter because apparently a lot of things are closed up. But we were thinking that might just be during the week, and right now it's Saturday, so it might be open, but I don't know. We just didn't want to spend that much money and then risk being disappointed once we go in. So we're just gonna have a nice cheap walk. Not cheap, free. A nice free walk.
Free and chilly walk. There's another creepy, cute, creepy kid. That looks so cold.
I'm kind of scared.
We're trying reindeer.
Sad. Rudolph.
Gojo.
Gojo.
We have just arrived back from chilling, frigid outside.
That was the coldest day we've had. It was like 29.
And we just had a very yummy meal. And it's only like 6 p.m. I think. It's like 7.
It's almost 7.
But it
feels so late.
So
it's been dark for like
late
hours.
feeling. Yeah, and we need to wake up at like 2:30 I think tomorrow. Because we're going to our next destination. That's the most like dramatized I've ever heard.
We did have a really good dinner though. I had these interesting, I would say the name, I'll put the name down here because I'll probably mispronounce it, but it's these like potato buns. It's these really fluffy buns with meat inside them, and then it had lingonberries and thyme like on the outside too. So yummy. And you got some good Swedish meatballs.
Yeah,
classic.
Very good.
We tried reindeer tonight. That was an experience.
It was good.
It was fine.
But I feel like reindeer is on the list of like, no, you don't eat that. You look at it. It's like rabbit.
Really?
Like,
well, it was just
really
kind of
cute.
It was kind of gamey, right?
Gamey?
Isn't it kind of gamey?
I don't know how to define gamey.
I don't either. I just feel like it was
We
kind
can
of gamey.
we can ask our friend Noah.
And then we had a yummy Swedish dessert that's also gonna be named right here. It's a sticky chocolate cake that was very good, and I will have to make it at home.
Our time in Stockholm was pretty cool. We got to see some really beautiful places like the Royal Palace and the City Hall and
the National City Garden. Is that what it is? Royal City Park.
and the Vasa
Yeah, the Vasa Museum was so cool.
Ship that was so cool. But it was too short, like so many of the places that we've been to.
But this one especially, we were really only here like 3 days.
This trip is basically a taster for the places that we like. We're going to a ton of places and we're like, okay, we want to spend more time in these places.
More so for the culture, the food, things like that, where, you know, we just loved all of that here, and it'd be so fun to experience that in other parts of the country.
Yeah. Sweden is definitely one of those places we want to spend more time in.
We were already saying, oh, I can't wait, I want to come back in the summer and do this, and I want to come back in the winter and do this, and we have all these plans we had to make someday.
But now we need to go to bed because it's going to be an early morning, and we still need to pack. So, good night. We'll see you in our next destination.
Stay tuned. Next week, we're meeting up with a couple pals from back home and continuing our journey through Scandinavia. See what it's like to spend 3 days in Denmark's capital city, Copenhagen. We'll explore Danish food and culture, visit one of the most prestigious castles, and also take a trip to one of the most magical Christmas destinations. This will be a fun one, so make sure you've subscribed and turn on those notifications. We'll see you next time.
We're in a very small room, and we need to go to the bathroom.
That's not... Why would you put that in the video? That's not funny. I'm not going to use that.
Well, then what are you going to use?
I need to go to the bathroom. They don't understand that they're blocking the door. So they're just going to see us saying we need to go to the bathroom. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, then what do you want to say?
Just, like, we're in a very... Why do we need to say anything to up there?
I'm glad we're getting all this footage so you can see how you're actually like in real life.
Also, it's too dark. That's just, this angle is very confusing.
It's just an interesting angle because of the door.
Okay. I need to go to the bathroom. Thank you.
It's a ghost. Ooh.